Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. So welcome to the evening sunset range test for the Mavic Air. As you can see, the sun's setting. We're going to be having a nice sunset while we're testing the range on this. And I'm just in an urban area. I do have these parabolic dishes, but this range test is just going to be without the extra dishes here. It's just going to be plain Jane, how it is in an urban area. And I'm recording the screen for you. I'll have the hat cam up and also 4K on the Mavic Air. So anyway, let's fire this thing up, get it up in the air, and go for a range test. Okay, so just pressing go fly. It looks like it does need an update, but I'm going to skip that because that's going to take forever. So here we go. So it says firmware update required. So hopefully it lets me launch. We're at 97% on our Mavic Air. So we want to hurry up and launch this guy. I'm just going to go into the map and quickly just go into our hybrid. I like having that satellite image on there. Go back into our fly. I don't want to miss this sunset up, so I'm going to start recording and launch right away, and let's get out there. Let's go ahead and do precision takeoff, and then we'll just start flying. I'm going to click on the sensors, and I'm going to disable the sensors so it can fly a little faster, hopefully. Okay, so this is with sensors off. I'm just going to let it choose whatever mode it wants to be in. So full stick forward and straight out. And we'll have this nice sunset in the back view. I'm gonna go ahead and pick it up to about 300 or so feet. You know what I mean? Just so it's kind of away from the bubbles of the Wi-Fi of all the houses here. Should I do 300 feet? Yeah, we'll do 300 feet. Look at that sunset. Oh my gosh, just beautiful. I'm glad I could share this with you. I'm here on the island of Maui, up country. I'm just enjoying this amazing sunset. Anyways, again, we are at the urban range test in the middle of town up here. I'm going to go to 300 feet. I'm going to stop it right there. So letting off the altitude stick on the left, and I'm just full stick forward. And I'm going to keep the controller pointed as far forward as possible. Let's get this gimbal down a little bit. You can see that we're flying over few houses here, and then we're going to be free and clear over in the old cane fields there. So we'll have a really nice picture up, just getting away those, basically those warnings there. So full stick forward again. Let's tap on this compass. All right, so apparently this compass is going to let me know that the drone is right in front of me, hopefully. You see if I kind of keep it right there in the middle. I kind of forgot in my park review that you can do that. So if we tap on it again, we get our map, but if we tap on the right top corner, we actually get our compass there. Anyway, going into the map here, you can see that we have the drone there. And let's see if we tap on, there we go. So we can choose our drone or our home location. You can see it going over the golf course there, and it's just about to hit the cane field. There we go. So we're free and clear of any houses. We're in the cane field, and I'm just going to keep this thing pointing directly at the sun. Looks like we got a little bit, wow, black and white, and the aircraft totally disconnected. Okay, so image transition lost. Let me cancel it. See if we can, there, whoa, so it's in return to home. I'm just going to cancel it here. Oh my gosh, did we get less than our other one? Cancel return to home, cancel it. Wow, so does that mean, I'm going to cancel this again. I'm going to turn around. Maybe I was pointing, see how I'm pointing the sticks now a little bit higher up. So maybe I was pointing them a little bit too far down. Let's try this again. I'm going to go straight out. Look at that sunset. I don't want to miss this sunset. And I'm going to fly straight out. We still have 80% power. So apparently I'm a little high, and I need to kind of orient my controller like this, a little higher up. Because I know I got 4,000 feet last time in my park flight, but there are power lines here and all that stuff. So Keep that in mind. So no signal at right around 4,000. Wow. So that's interesting. This is kind of less than what we're getting, or just about what we're getting in my park flight when I attempted to kind of do a range test. Let me just turn it here. I'm just basically moving the controller around a little bit to where when the signal pops back in, you can see how it's popping in and out here. But it looks like maybe range test urban area, guys, in 2.4, what it chose is right around 4,000 to 5,000 feet. Let's see if we can get a mile. A mile would just be like a few hundred feet over 5,000. So there's a mile in an urban area, 5,280, I believe. And you can see that our screen is quite choppy. I'm gonna try to bring the gimbal down. Come on now. Oh. So yeah, so the screen is really choppy. Wow, look at that valley we're going over. Beautiful. I'm just kind of moving the controller around to see if it sort of pops back in. Oh my gosh, this footage is just going to be phenomenal. But it is definitely dropping in and out. Let me pull the gimbal all the way back up so we can see the sunset before it goes away. There we go. Still trying to move the controller around a little bit just so we're in view of the sunset. So right around 4,000, it's going to start dropping in and out in the residential area. Maybe I can bring the controller down a little bit because now we're shooting out further. We're doing a little better now? What's going on? Just kind of moving the gimbal a little bit. Yeah, so popping in and out of signal. So I canceled that RTH once, but it is still going just really off and on. Just keep moving my controller just slightly around when it drops out. Maybe we should just stop here for a sec and enjoy this sunset. Because we are really dropping in and out of signal. There we go. Okay, so that 4K footage will be up there. But you can see it kind of going black and white, going in and out. But still manageable. I mean, you can see it there. I'm just gonna sit here. Maybe we'll go a little bit. We'll go a few miles per hour just to squeeze as much as we possibly can out of this. You know what I mean? Until it completely loses signal. Strong aircraft interference. Wow. So we're getting strong interference from this area, guys. Keep that in mind that urban areas, I mean, this is only regular Wi-Fi too, maybe slightly proprietary, but it's not that OcuSync that the Mavic uses, so it's definitely not going to be as good. You can see the breakup here. Really trying to save it, moving it around when it goes black and white. So we are almost getting, you know, I think this is like a mile and a half about. Yeah, so we're over a mile and a half. Still moving the controller around when I see black and white. I just want to get this sunset, and I don't want it to like return to home before we get this sunset, but I also want to get as much distance as possible. Still going. I still have a slightly color screen sometimes. It's funny because the 2.4 gigahertz bar there is still pretty high at times. It's kind of dropping in and out. You can see it. But at times you see it go up there to like 3 bars. It's like 2 and 3 bars. But then again, it is kind of going through these power lines, and there we go. So the house, I mean the sun dropped behind the mountain. Beautiful. Still going. Get us back in signal. Okay, keeps dropping out, just slightly moving the controller again. It's telling me weak signal, avoid blocking the antennas. Yes, I know. I'm not blocking them. Okay, I'm just gonna let it return to home when it thinks it wants to. I'm full stick forward. Could we reach possibly 10,000 feet? Possibly. Still full stick forward. Yes, we did, guys. So 10,000 feet, just barely. I'm gonna let it just return it on its home, but I'm still pushing the stick forward. There we go. 10,263 feet. So about 1.75 miles. Right? I believe that's what that is. And let's see what the picture's like while we're coming home. Those antennas are on the front feet, so when it turns around, it actually should get a little bit better signal coming at us. You know what I mean? I can't believe the drone's still at 79%. It's hard to believe, isn't it? Why would it come back? I don't know. There's a little bit of wind from my back, like maybe 1 mile per hour, but it's definitely going to be much more up there. So now we're turned away from the sunset and it's looking pretty pink. When we get back here, I will turn back around so you guys can see that beautiful sky when we get back home. So I'm just kind of moving the controller around. We're still dropping in and out. Still looking pretty good. Let's see if we can stop the beeping on this return to home. Excellent. Okay, you can do that. If the beeping's bugging you on return to home, just press the return to home once, and then I'm just going to full stick forward to come home. You know what I mean? Because it's out of return to home. Keep that in mind. It is out of return to home. So are we still at 79% power? I can't imagine that's correct. Yes, obstacle avoidance. Take away these warnings. I'm just going to bring it home manually here and hope we can get back. I'm sure it'll be fine. Hitting some black and white. We're still dropping in and out of signal, guys. You know what I mean? Since we are going over these houses and stuff, my transmission is going through. I'm going to bring it down a bit. Try to get out of this wind a little bit. So, you know, we could bring it home and not have to hit that wind. If you are in dire straits of battery power too, always good to really drop your altitude, because it's much windier up there than it is down here where you are usually. Almost always, I believe. So we're coming back at about 14.5 miles an hour. Still got the right stick just kind of pegged. And there we go. So look at the battery now. It's 36%. So there was a problem with the telemetry. Even though we're getting video, the telemetry was incorrect. Remember, it was staying at like 76% or whatever that was for a long time. So realistically, the drone is only 36% power. So definitely want to be careful. You might have a wrong power reading and be like, oh, we still have more power. So definitely let it come home when it wants to come home, and really be wary of your the wind around you too. The wind has definitely dropped even less than it was when I first started. The wind's actually blowing to my left, across my left, to my left, from right to left on me now. So we probably have a little bit of a cross breeze, but I think we should be okay. You see how the battery power hasn't changed again? It's still stuck at 36. So kind of weird. Not sure what's up to with that. We're still recording and everything. And I am still facing right at the drone, hopefully. You see the compass on my left? The drone's right there. And I'm turning and the drone's going left and right. But we should be a-okay. Okay, 28%. So the battery power just kind of corrected itself a little bit. We dropped down to 12 miles per hour. Gosh, I really hope we're going to be okay. I think we should. If anything, if we totally lose signal, see, now we're flying over houses, and look at that. It's losing signal, and it wants to return to home. So there's a good example. If you're within Wi-Fi range of houses, you notice how basically houses have like bubbles around them of Wi-Fi. And if you're flying below about 300 feet, you're within all their bubbles, and so you're getting the worst interference. So that's why I took it over 300, just so we were somewhat away from the interference. I wonder if I should just try to fly home in sport mode or what. I don't know. I just hope it comes home. It's kind of stopping and going. Let me switch into sport. Okay, go. Let's just go. Go for it in sport mode. I'm gonna feel a little more comfortable coming home faster, but of course it's gonna use more battery power. So you saw in sport mode the gimbal went down a little bit, and that's just because it's reaching its maximum points. So flying in sport mode, we are only going about 26 miles per hour coming back. Okay, this is kind of risky. We are getting close. There's our low level voltage, and we're only at 16%. We should be okay though. Oh, see how it's landing? So I'm gonna kind of force it up. You can do this. I'm watching my height. I want to keep it a little high. I don't want it to go too low, or else it will hit the power poles. So I'm keeping it at about 100 feet. Come on, baby. Come on home. Wow, we're at 8%. Come on, just come home, please. I'm kind of full throttle up. Oh, there we are. We're over here. Okay, so I was kind of going to the wrong park. Man, I sure hope we make it. We are almost here, guys. There we go. I'm pointing right at the craft. 6% power. Okay, I can see myself. 5% power. Talk about risking it. So I'm going to let off the throttle, and it's going to slowly start landing. Really shouldn't have used up this much power. Now I'm coming down. 4%. Coming straight in. This is maximum speed. Letting off. I'm going to land it as soon as possible here. Okay, I just was holding it down. So there we go, 3% power. And anyway, there's the sunset. Hopefully you could kind of see that on my hat cam. It kind of finished. But that was it. Critically low battery. I want to turn this thing off now. It's still recording. Wow. So stopping recording and turning this thing off ASAP. That was not very smart of me to do that. But you can see how the wind is going to influence this thing coming back. But in an urban area, guys, today we tested the regular antennas, no range boosters. So in the next test, I'm going to put these on in the same park, same spot. We're going to go out the same direction, and we're going to see if we can get further. I believe we were just over 10,000 feet on this one. So we'll remember that footage, how far we got, and then we'll put these on and try again. You know what? It seems to me like you might not want to go further than that, because we have pretty much zero coming back. So you don't really want to go that far with this one. A little bit of pros and cons, as you could see how the voltage was dropping in and out. Not the voltage, but the battery percentage was at range. It was getting kind of garbled up, so I didn't really know what my power was coming back because it was having some breakup. So with this one, just be really cautious in urban areas because you are going to get that interference and breakup, and it's going to mess with your telemetry a little bit apparently, and you won't have those numbers up you need to see. Of course, it did turn around when it was time to return to home, and the wind is honestly coming from my back just a little bit, maybe like 2 to 3 miles per hour, and up there you can basically double that, if not more. So it was probably coming back blowing up to 10. So really be careful where you're flying, which way the wind's blowing, because that could really mess you up and you might not be able to come home. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that range test with the new Mavic Air. If you missed my other reviews, check it out on my channel and down in the description. All the stuff I'm using here, Mavic Air, linked down in the description. Check it out if you want more specs and how much it costs and where to buy it. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Catch you later.